We're back. Hey YouTube, Social Taco back. We've got a combined experience between Marissa and I for over 15 years of digital marketing, social media. Today we're going to be talking about LinkedIn again, but specifically all the new features that they've laid out in all of 2020. So we're very excited to take a deep dive, and hopefully you guys can use some of these tips and let us know how you feel about it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people right now, unfortunately, are having to look for jobs. And if LinkedIn is one of the primary channels you're using to do that, this blog will hopefully give you a lot of tips and updates so that you can make sure that your profile is the most up to date, and also just make you stand out a little bit more because it looks like you're actually keeping up with things.
LinkedIn is definitely one of the #1 platforms to go on and to connect, network, and see job postings. One of their newest features is allowing you to do an overlay on your profile picture that says, open for business in green. I'm actually wearing like green neon nails. It's pretty much the same green. So it overlays on there, and I think it's just another visual kind of just like bump to let your whole network know that, yeah, you're still looking for a job. When you're saying, you know, on your profile that you're now open to be hired, you can actually go and add that function on the back end right there, but it also alerts not just the recruiters, but just like everybody in your network is aware of that. I wanted to add one more tip because I've learned this recently since I was looking for a job, and this was told to me like directly from a recruiter who uses LinkedIn. If you're going in the background and saying that you're open for a job, make sure that every 7 to 10 days you go in there and you turn off that feature and then wait like a full day and then turn it back on. Because apparently when you do that, it kind of resets the whole system and puts it to the back. Whereas instead of staying stagnant and then just like not really going anywhere.
Yeah, I think this feature is something that LinkedIn just in general does really well, which is like they just cut through all of the BS between an employer and a prospective employee. Like they just make it easier to see at a glance what they want, what you want, and how those meet in the middle. And I think this is a really good example of that.
I couldn't agree more. I haven't mentioned yet, but LinkedIn was purchased by Microsoft, I believe in 2016. If I am wrong, Marissa and I will date check and put the right date right here. But
or we'll just say Sarah's right.
Check mark. Disclaimer, I'm always right. That's what I tell my boyfriend. Anyways, so yeah, they got purchased by Microsoft, and I've noticed a lot of changes because of it. And one of them has been the ability to like get more granular on your ads that you're running through the platform, whether you're geo-targeting or you're going specifically after you know, a type of industry, all of that. They've changed up their game, because I remember just one campaign alone, we had a $5,000 budget and it got us like 3 clicks. It was such a waste. And I think that they received that feedback and are really working on fixing that.
I think it's kind of interesting because in a lot of ways, I feel like the updates that have been made this year and have been made recently do make LinkedIn a little bit more like Facebook for professionals.
Yeah.
Even, you know, this open for job opportunities thing is very similar to like the banners that you can put on your Facebook profile, only, you know, it's in a professional setting.
Yeah, and I don't know about yourself, but if you have noticed this or not, but I've seen the community really get together as far as trying to help the individuals that have lost their jobs. I know that myself personally, when I ended up having to put up a status and ask individuals to help me network, but when you put that status up there and you have all these individuals commenting and engaging on it, I actually received a notification at one point saying that I was like one of the top posts trending in open for a new job or whatever. So it's like, it helps.
So fabulous. Everybody wants you.
I know, right? Just lighting up at the door. But yeah, so it's changed. Like I see actual traction and movement happening on the platform.
A couple of years ago when I would go on LinkedIn, I would mostly see posts from, you know, the people who are trying to market on LinkedIn, who are trying, you know, people like us, or like from brands, you know. Now I think it has become a little bit more social. I think it's still for professional networking, but there's more personality in it instead of just like these corporate presences.
Yeah, it feels like an open conversation. Like
exactly.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of individuals that I used to work with, and I feel like we're supporting each other in an unspoken kind of way. Like they're posting statuses that more conversational. So I want to partake in
Mhm.
it. It doesn't seem like they're
Yeah.
like fishing for just the engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So one of the last things that we want to discuss with you guys is actually the content suggestions that LinkedIn has been displaying. So we've noticed that they're trying to get better at their targeting, their services that they're providing, just everything in general. So one of the new features is basically showing you content that they think you would be responding to. Just to give you an idea, for example, I love the marketing that Nike does. I've mentioned Nike in the past. So a
Mhm.
lot of my home feed is their latest marketing campaigns, what they're doing and whatnot. So I really like it. It's just more personalized for you.
Yeah, and I think we talked about how our feeds felt more social, less corporate lately too, and I think that's
Yeah.
a big part of it. It's serving you up relevant content. So it's not just the people you actually know in real life and hearing what they're actually saying on LinkedIn, but it's also making sure that you get stuff that's relevant to you.
Yeah.
So for you're getting a lot of Nike ads. I keep getting served with stuff from Lucasfilm, even though I probably will never work for Lucasfilm because like there's just not, first of all, it's super competitive and like social media is like a very small part of what they do. So I probably will never work for them. But I
Hey,
still
never
follow them
say
on
never.
LinkedIn and get served all of their content. But I'm not mad about it because I try to convince everybody that I know to work for Lucasfilm so that I can sneak in that building and just like live in Star Wars land.
I picture you one day working at Lucasfilm and you're going to have your own little cubicle that's going to be like this cave, and you're going to have Princess Leia buns, and then you're going to have Chewbacca walking by offering you coffee, like the whole shebang. It's going to
Yes.
happen.
So those are just a few of the updates that LinkedIn has made this year. All of these new functionalities make it a little easier for you to optimize your profile and a little bit easier for employees to find your profile, as well as just making LinkedIn a more inviting place to be. So if you're looking for jobs, make sure you check these updates out. We're going to put a link in the description so you can make sure to do that. And don't forget to subscribe, like this, and hit that bell button. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.